What the fuck?
Oh, are we live?
Oh.
Oh, you know what? I hit
you
record.
You did fucking set it up.
I hit record. Wow, look at that. Look at that intro, everyone. Can you believe it? It's here. It worked. Yeah, my bad. That was my fault. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome. Well, not everyone. Welcome, friends, to another Couch Cat stream. This is the weekly SimpleMMO stream that we do every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. US Eastern. Usually we have a really cool intro. We will have a cool outro this time. It wasn't my fault. It was Crazy Fi.
Hold on. I need to know. Chat, did you guys hear his nipple comment? That's what I need to know.
Don't even. It was an accident. It slipped, okay? I was readjusting my shirt, and it just pinched myself. It's not. It happens to anyone. Even happens to Rogarth, dude. Good to see you, by the way. Anyway, Crazy Fi. So tonight we're joined by two special guests that we'll be introducing here shortly. And tonight we'll be discussing the latest update, version 12.6, and more importantly, the goal change and how it might affect the game, how it is going to affect the game, the general sentiment from the community. We'll get into that. And we also have a special statement provided by Mike. So shout out to Mike for doing that for us. Very nice of him to do that, because he can't be here verbally, but we'll get a statement. Anyway, Crazy Fi,
yes.
How are you tonight? I really fucked up that intro. I'm just. How are you tonight, man?
Probably one of the most important streams we've had in a while, and we just. What the shit
it's
already?
Fine. It's fine. Just how are you doing, man? You got gout? You got a broken knuckle? What's going on here?
Yeah. In case anyone hasn't seen, I have a splint now that was custom made when I went to occupational therapist. I have to wear it like this. The latest theory, if you don't know, I hurt my hand in December, my index finger specifically. Latest theory is I fractured my knuckle in December. And don't know if it's true yet. We'll see what the x-ray says, but it's not gout, that's for sure. That's what they first diagnosed me with, so whatever.
Yeah, isn't that funny, you little fatty?
Yeah, they were like hey, it usually takes 8 weeks for a fracture to heal, and you're at 9 weeks, so here's a splint, keep it for a month. I'm like, whatever, sure. So here we are.
Oops, there it is. This is a good one. Rename.
Crazy gout. Yeah,
yep. rename. That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good, thanks for asking.
Of course. You're welcome.
Been pretty depressed actually, because 100 Thieves, for those of you who watch LCS, you would know I bought the jersey thinking surely this is it, and then they've been like 0-6. So they fired their coach. And speculation is because they don't want to be seen benching Bjergsen and Peter. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. That's pretty much going on. I've been reading a lot of books. I don't know if people like to read. Let's talk about it on Discord. I've just been cruising through books lately. I'm hydrated. I'm excited for tonight because this is one of those things that's like it needed to happen. It wasn't on the roadmap, and it came out of nowhere, for at least for us, because we're never in the know. And I'm really excited just to kind of discuss this. Not excited about what happened the day of, but super excited about the update itself.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that. Don't worry. Yeah. But enough of this. Let's get the guest on, because we have a very regular guest, as you'll see, but we have a very special guest as well.
Yeah.
But first,
let it be known, the regular guest, not special. That's what Paisen saying.
Yeah, not special. All right. So joining us tonight, we have the only hot topic manager in all of SimpleMMO. We have Owlic from Elysium. He's the guild leader and runs the Elysium Discord server and has been on streams repeatedly. Okay. And then alongside Owlic, for the first time, we have Loc-Ness. And Loc-Ness, very notorious in E back in the day, and now they're cruising in the Peaceful Crusade, TPC, as an officer. Are you an officer yet, Loc-Ness?
Yes.
Yeah, already an officer. but longtime Couch Cat fan, longtime Sword and Slime fan, longtime everything. So, welcome both of you to the stream for tonight. Glad to have both of you. Owlic, I'll start with you. How are you doing?
Good. Except for, like Crazy said, I just found out I'm not special. So you see, chat, you see how they treat me? But no, I'm good. A little, it's been interesting since yesterday. So like you said, I'm excited for the stream too. I've been playing a lot of Harry Potter lately. I'm trying to watch, I started a little bit of The Last of Us earlier, so I'm really excited to watch that. I've been hearing good things and the games were good, so.
Okay, cool. And Loc-Ness, it's your first time, so you get this. Ready?
Aw, thanks.
I take it back. No, I'm just kidding. Loc-Ness, how are you tonight? Are you excited to be here?
Pretty excited. This is my first real stream thingy that I've ever done. And wait, hold on. Okay. Did you guys hear that? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was crisp.
I'm ready.
Was that a Pepsi bottle? Because we don't want to get demonetized.
No, it's actually Coke Zero.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, welcome aboard, Loc-Ness. Generally, when people come on here for the first time, we do like a interview per se, but we're just kind of throwing her in the mix here, and what a night to do it. Owlic, also, people are saying you're talking to potatoes, so if you can move your mic closer to your
Yeah,
little
that's
baby
what
mouth.
I would.
Oh my God, you just did it. Okay,
Is
That's
that
a
it?
hot potato.
there we go. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I raised the volume up a little bit.
Okay, so chat also, thanks for joining us tonight. There's so many people here, and the chat is wild. I'll never catch up. But shout out to all the YouTube mods, shout out to all the Discord mods for being here and supporting us, and shout out to all of our friends, all the regulars. And if you're new here, say you're new here. Say it in chat. We'd love to welcome you. But it's good to see everyone. And I saw you, Dagon, and I saw you, Ice, especially. Ice, you little bastard. Anyway, we're going to start right into it. I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to go into the patch itself. Crazyfy, would you want to read it, or do you want me to read it? We didn't really.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll read it. I'll go over the bullet points, not over the long
Okay,
paragraphs.
I'll just show for the effect.
All
Does
right.
that make sense?
I'll read off your screen. How about that?
I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but okay.
Probably not. Oh my god. Okay.
Here we go.
So scroll down for me
Where do you want me to go?
to the bullets. There you go. All right. So this update came out yesterday, as everyone knows. Surprisingly, a spicy one, but we'll go over the bullets real fast. So we level set the conversation. Everyone knows what we're talking about, and then we'll talk about our opinions on the piece. So first and foremost, gold obtained from NPCs will remain the same until level 40,000.
Yeah, that's a typo there, buddy.
Yeah,
It tripped me up too.
A great way to start the notes.
Is this why people were mad? Is it because of the typo?
Is the typos? Anyways, next bullet. The gold modifier has been reduced from 2.1 to 2.0 for players between level 40,000 to 50,000, thus bringing the maximum amount of gold to a potential of 100,000 if you're exactly level 50,000. If you are above level 50,000, the maximum amount of gold has been hard capped to 100,000 gold. That's when you kill an NPC specifically. Just make sure we're all tracking. The XP you get for defeating a travel NPC has been increased by 120%. So less gold, more EXP. The counter rate for items when winning a battle in both PvE and PvP has been reduced to 20%. Celestial rates from battles have been increased by 150%. Exotic rates increased by 150%. Legendary rates from battles have increased 87.5%. Common rates have been decreased. So, to summarize,
Yeah, what
that
the hell does that
little
mean?
to summarize what that means, you get less gold per NPC killed, you get more EXP, the less likelihood to get an item. However, when you do get an item, a higher chance to get a celestial or exotic or legendary. Moving on, quick sell item values have been doubled for all items in the drop pool, which is nice. The starting price for silver keys has been reduced from 60k to 50k gold. Event shop is no longer available. Makes sense. It's been past a week. Removed legacy crafting, converted all legacy materials to collectibles, and decided to add the legacy materials to the drop pool as to not cause a discrepancy between acquirable, in this case droppable, and non-acquirable collectibles when trying to collect them. Auto-generated bounties have been capped to 500,000 gold, and removed all bug reporting to a new system, Smasher, if you haven't checked that out. Anyways, but
Smasher, I barely know.
Yeah. Haha.
Demonetized, brother.
Slapper, if you will. Biggest thing here is the gold piece. No one had any issues with the collectibles, the legacy drops. Like, everyone was cool with that, right? We all saw that coming. We were warned about it. It's now about the NPCs and the amount of gold you get for each NPC kill. Specifically, only NPC. So that's.
Can I stop sharing this now?
Yes, please.
Whoop. Do you like the sound effects? I think that really ties it in. Okay. So that was 12.6. I'm gonna start with you, Crazy. If I initially, or what's your initial impression of the update, just from the numbers being presented here?
Yeah. So I'll tell you. Oh, one thing that wasn't covered in the quick bullets is that it's in the paragraph. There are a total of 164 players that are above level 40,000.
Okay.
Don't know if they're all active players or if a total of 164. Let's just assume, in this case, for argument's sake, all active 164 players. But first thought, I'll tell you, when I was sitting in the clinic waiting to get my splint, I saw this update. I was like, wow, that's cool. Working on trying to knock down the inflation in the game. Doesn't affect me. Only those who are level 40,000 above, and that's only 164 players. That's for this update. It doesn't really affect a lot of people. Like a majority, and I mean a huge majority, and we could go into the math of it later, but huge majority of the game it doesn't even affect. So I was like, yeah, cool. Good on Mike trying to fight inflation. And then I went into the Discord and holy hell. Boy, did I not know that would ruffle some feathers.
We'll talk about that later. I just envisioned it as like, Powell, like what soft landing. It doesn't come easy. So I just equate it to actual finance news, which I know maybe some of you don't know what that is. But when a market goes all the way up, it's not meant to be. But yeah, so right off the bat, I thought it doesn't affect me. King Cows DM'd me and was like, dude, they're finally nerfing gold. Remember? And I was like, I'm not going to notice shit. I'm going to be probably level 20,000 for like 30 years. And I saw someone else say that too. Oh, maybe in 50 years when I get to 50K, I'll start to consider. It's like so funny. But I will say this. Though it's a required change, I know the growing sentiment is, I just want to get this out of the way, is time, money gone down the drain. And without diving too deep into that till later, I just want to say no one here is saying that the time you put into the game was worthless. And I know you feel that way now, but I'm really asking yourself, imagine just reacting to me like, dang, the way I play isn't going to be anymore. Like, the exploit's gone. I'm not making billions of dollars stepping. Like, gotta find something else. Like, pat yourself on the back. You grew as monsters to Titans even now, but it's just not going to be that way anymore. And I know that sucks. It's a shock. But yeah, my initial thought was just, it's the change that needed to happen. Owlic, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, not to kind of repeat and echo what you guys are saying, but initially I was like, oh, okay, this needs to happen because, like you said, inflation is insane. Two, I thought, it doesn't really affect me yet. I've got like, 20,000 levels to go till it affects me. I mean, even then, it's whatever. I honestly, to be honest, I step mostly for materials and diamond shards, honestly. I'd rather get myself some diamond shards for free to play diamonds. I'm not worried about some gold from an NPC. But I also thought, and maybe we can elaborate on this more later, but It kind of also helps like the new player experience because again, it doesn't really affect the majority of the player base in the community. It's
Mm-hmm.
because when people as a new players come in and they see like these items that seem cool and everything, but they're like 1 million or 2 million or 3 million, just like simple items in the market that are super overinflated for no reason, they might not play the game or might not want to interact as much. And just things like this that help with inflation, help like I think ultimately help with new player onboarding and the new player experience. So yeah, it's something that needed to happen. Maybe in a different way, maybe like a scale like he did in August. For what was it? What did he say? 1.19 or something like that. With the NPC gold scaling he did before. So again, maybe like a more like
That sounds
harder
about right.
scale than a cap.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah. And good take. And Loc-Ness, to put you on the spot as your first time ever being on the show. As a longtime player and someone actually over level 50k. what's your initial thoughts when it rolled out?
I would say my initial thought is that I didn't really care too much as a PvEer right now. I'm finding items, I'm focusing on mats and things like that. But I can imagine if I PvP'd like the way I was back in Yi, it might have mattered more because it's hard to get gold PvPing unless you're specifically looking for people with over 1 million in their pocket and things like that. But I don't know. I don't really care at the same time. And then new players coming in, like they're not going to know what the game was like in the past, so then it doesn't really matter to them. They're like, oh, this is just normal to them. But yeah,
and they don't even know where global chat is half the time anyway. At least that's what like half our community says. They're like, where's global? I didn't find global until I was like level 1500.
Yeah, isn't that what Cord was it or somebody? Who did you have on recently say?
Not Cord.
Cutie.
Cutie. Yeah, Cutie. All right. So those are the initial thoughts, and we're going to do a deep dive, more of like a reactionary assessment, because we have a forum post in our server, and then we also want to go over the community sentiment as a whole. But first, I want to go over Mike's statement. It's lengthy, okay? So I reached out to him, and he's got his blog, he's got his Discord. He's got his way to push his voice, but I wanted to get a statement from him on the update itself. And honestly, it's a well put statement, but it's also saddening to read near the end. It really is. And Christopher, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna dive right into this. But this is Mike's statement to the community, or at least to our community, because I asked for our community on the mythology behind the update in the community reaction. So Mike says, I don't think there's anything I can say that hasn't been said already, to be honest, but diving in, the game's economy is in a dire state and it was slowly getting worse. I started making adjustments to the economy, namely with the tiered QP refills, which made a massive impact of gold generated from quests, but that was only a quarter of the solution. The massive glaring issue right in the epicenter was the gold from the NPCs. It was broken simply due to lack of foresight on myself when I first built this system. I never thought it would scale as high as players who are reaching unfathomable levels. When the NPCs were distributing EXP many moons ago, you need to be mindful that the higher level players were in a bracket of around 5,000 to 15,000, which is completely different now, right? Now it's the norm for players to get thrice that with relative ease, and as the gold directly scales with the level, it quickly became unwieldy. I already tried fixing it by catering to both sets of players, both low and high level last year, by introducing a sliding scale, version 11.19, but that barely made a difference at all, hence the big changes now. You can actually see for yourself how much of the economy is in shambles by going here. So he linked the gold graph, and it's from all the way July 2021 to now, and I'm able to show this with you. At least I hope so. So let's see here. Yeah, here it is. Just kidding, it's a Steam hentai game. No, I'm kidding. So here's the graph he showed using teddy bear. Isn't that cute? And as you can see here, it's just it's a high climb. and it just goes up. And of course, if you're a financial analyst, you see this and you go, when's the drop? So that's what he shared. I'm pretty sure this link is public. I can post it later. Yeah, it's public. It's through Teddy Bear. Duh. Moving on, he says the gold surplus in the game literally doubles every year. The fact of the matter is people have been complaining about the economy being in shambles for years now, and when I finally make a change that will cause a massive shift and fix one of the most glaring issues the game has to date, it's suddenly the end of days and I am the literal antichrist. I think it will be more important to highlight how absolutely atrocious some players have reacted to this change and how utterly appalling some of the comments have been. To be completely honest, I am absolutely ashamed to be spearheading such a product at the moment when there was a very vocal group of players completely disrespected me, berated me personally, and I even read a message that briefly uttered death threats. I completely understand that it was most likely sent in jest, but the point still stands at the absurdity of it all. Luckily, I have rather thick skin, so I don't shy away from criticism, and this doesn't really affect me too much personally. In fact, as history has shown time and time again, I do not shy away from it, but in fact welcome it if it is constructive. However, I received nothing of the sort. Despite all the complaints and the venting, I have received exactly 0 emails outlining their feedback in a professional, understanding, and respectful manner, yet all I have read are distasteful messages directed towards myself and the game that have been vented in external servers. Again, as always, if people have actual valuable constructive feedback, my inbox is always open. It's not bloody rocket science, lol. Nevertheless, I think this has given me a stark reminder that the game's vocal and engaged community can shift in a moment's notice if things don't go their way. However, I truly appreciate the individuals who have reached out to me personally with an exceptional amount of level-headedness, explaining that despite them being directly affected by the changes, they were level 50,000 plus, they ultimately understood that the change was necessary for the game's health and longevity. I should also mention that, as with literally every update, I usually wait a week or so to review any changes, especially as drastic as this one, and I'm not afraid to reverse change course if necessary, reverse/change course. Though that said, I need to emphasize that the fact that the game's health and longevity is the utmost important factor in that decision, and reversing a change because players simply don't like it, in quotes, is enough for me to do so. So that's Mike's statement for the Couch Cat community. This will be spliced and put as a separate video just so you can re-listen and dissect it, because I'm not gonna just copy and paste this out. I don't know, maybe we could in a blog post. It's official release, but in the beginning, so I really liked how it was constructed, but then at the end it's, you know, it really got to him, right? And I was saying this offline, I think we take for granted how direct our communication can be with a dev in a game like this. You know, I was telling them, I even just verbatim say, like, you play WoW, you play New World, you play Final Fantasy, you're not talking to a dev in global. They're not, you know, sending you goofy items in game to play along, right? They're not going to reply to you in a Discord. So I think people really forget how open Mike is to communication, and then think, well, I can talk to you however I want, because, you know, internet rules, right? Can't take a knuckle. So especially Crazy Fight, he can't take a knuckle. They're broken. Got him, dude. But anyway,
hey,
that was his statement to the current state of the game, which we all know is not the final state of the game, right? But yeah, Crazy Fi, that's probably what you just glanced at it originally. So what do you think hearing that off the bat?
I feel for the dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure we'll cover that piece, right? Like the absurd reaction from some of these people. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't have a say either way in this update. Like, I truthfully, I don't care. It doesn't affect me, so I don't care. And it's not like when I hit 50,000, I'm gonna, complain. It's a game.
When you're going to hit, hold on, chat. Out of 10,
before I quit the game.
Out of 10, how likely is Crazy Fi going to hit level 50k? Out of 10,
I'm going undisclosed amount of time.
I'm going with 1.
I'm
Thank you,
over
chat.
10. In case anyone
give it a 2.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Alec. I appreciate
You're
the
welcome.
support.
I got you.
Oh,
Alright,
it's not
everyone
looking
except
good,
for-
dude. Oh, it's not looking good.
Everyone except
All
for
right.
Keegan is getting banned. Understand this.
What about Fred, dude?
Hey, Limits gave you a 6.
Yeah. I appreciate Ubi's. You
Continue, Crazy Fi. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, kimchi.
Yeah, I think what his statement is fair. I think what he was trying to do is to curb the inflation in this game that is becoming ridiculous. So I understand where he's coming from. It's sad to see that a freaking individual who, in this case, has not done anything like to be a shitbag, right? He's just created an update that he thinks is best for the game because he has the data and that's what he thinks is best. It's sad to see people attack him personally over a game update. I get it if you're Chris Brown and you beat the shit out of your girlfriend and people give you shit for that.
Whoa, what a
yeah.
huge, what a
I love the
multiverse
metaphor.
tie-in. Like,
Yeah.
what a fucking
I
thing to
love-
compare to.
I could support that. I can support that 100%. But this dude
Jeez.
literally just did an update to a game, and that's it. And for someone to, I'm gonna start going down a rant. If I continue that, I will let
stop.
the
We'll-
actual
we'll-
guest talk some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We'll talk. We'll circle back. We have plenty of
Hold on,
time.
hold on. Before that though, I am not saying that Mike is Chris Brown. Okay, let me be very clear.
Oh my god.
Keep I was
I
gonna
see
say,
some
look what
people in
Keegan
chat
said.
already.
That was probably
Let that be
the
clear.
worst. That was
Keegan.
probably the worst comparison you could ever do.
That's
Chat, out of 10, how bad was it? I'm going with a
it's
10.
perfect. Yeah.
I'm going with a
Mike,
10
don't-
here, chat.
You're gonna get a DM from Mike later. So I watched stream today.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Who's Chris Brown,
worst thing
first
you could
off?
possibly
Yeah, I had to look up who Chris Brown was.
But yeah, please.
All right, Alec, we're going to go with you. What's your initial thoughts on hearing Mike's statement?
I think it's a good statement. I was really happy that he gave a statement. I kind of surprised, not in like a bad way, but surprised that he gave a statement. I'm happy he did. If you look back in the Discord yesterday, some of the responses and stuff that he was giving to people were, in my opinion, funny. Maybe
Hilarious.
not. They were absolutely hilarious. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's being disrespectful." I'm like, "Have you seen what people are saying and doing in game about him and changing their name to and changing their guild name to?" But anyways, yeah, I think it's a good response. I don't think he needed to make a response. I think, like Crazy said, it's just a game update. He's not making this game for you. You spent money in the game to support him and to support the continued development of the game and the longevity of the game. Let's say this didn't happen and next month the game was just over and like and Mike was like, well, you know what, the economy's so screwed, fuck it, I'm done with this game. How would you feel about that? You'd probably be extra pissed that you spent $50,000 in the game and the game's over. How about being mad for a second and thinking about, well, okay, there's a million other things I can do in this game. I'll just be mad about it and we'll see, move on. And then like Mike said, he might change it, he might revert it back, he might do something. I mean, sure, he doesn't play the game, but like you just said, he has the data, and I think he's passionate about it enough to where he didn't come in and maliciously do this update like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna screw everybody. I don't know why I did that voice, but that's my.
Can we clip that? What the? Continue.
But he didn't do it with the intent to destroy his game, that like people are saying, or to make anybody mad. He did it quite the opposite, to make sure that we can keep playing this for another year, 2, 3, whatever years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good take. I just say that with any that you say, but I'm still kind of like, like
Yeah.
I'm practicing my evil laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
Uh,
Mandark, if anybody knows.
Oh my
Mandark.
gosh, yes,
Oh.
Mandark.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, that's a blast from the past. So Loc-Ness, it's now your turn once again. Hearing this statement, what are your thoughts?
Sorry, Limits, you're just saying that because you just posted diamonds. Sorry.
Enough. Loc-Ness, go ahead.
I say it's nice just because the number of players now has pretty much doubled in terms of what I'm used to seeing as like number of active players. There's like up to 800 now.
That's
So
a good
it's
point.
nice for him to have like a little PR statement just to kind of explain himself for any new people. And I agree. I don't think it was malicious, and he's pretty good about making changes like on the fly and responding.
Mhm.
And again, this isn't going to be the last update in forever. This is
Right.
actually pretty quick in terms of like going from crafting to this. This is really quick turnaround for any changes in game. And yeah, we're just gonna. I think we should just wait and see what's gonna happen and see who wants to stay.
I think Loc makes a really good point with that. Crafting was just
Mhm.
a thing, and then boom, what is it? A week later, we have this. That's a very good point. Yeah, I think Mike, something maybe late last year, beginning of this year, Mike really wanted to put his all into this game. I feel like maybe, I mean, obviously he's always probably felt like that, but with the AMA, the updated roadmap and stuff, I feel like he does care about the game. So yeah, he didn't do it to piss anyone off. He did it to.
It's just gonna hurt before it gets better. That's like that's
a very good
initially what it is. And we actually have some takes in our Discord server. There were some wild takes all throughout the realm of SimpleMMO. Whether that was global chat, whether that was the official Discord server. But Hunt King, shout out to him. He posted a gold update post in our Discord server. We are a community server, so we have threads that you can create in our official forum section.
Shout out to that forum thing.
Yeah, shout out to that. Thank you, Owlic. You're really killing it, dude. You fucking get the fuck off the show. And then shout out to Loc-Ness earlier, messing up me deleting freaking thing. Whatever. Wow, they are long takes, but we're gonna rip and tear through this. As Crazy Fi so famously said when Katsua, not Katsua, Catchy, yeah, the better Catchy, sorry, the better K. So Catchy, once upon a time on our Discord server, had hentai VR as their status, and Crazy Fi, you're like rip and tear through it. Anyway, we're gonna rip and tear through this shit. All right, here we go. All right. So the gold update forum post. The first post is by Dark, aka Russell, aka Chef, aka Role Player. But anyway, Dark says, not gonna lie, I think it was bound to happen, solely because it doesn't seem like NPC gold has really been nerfed. Well, it has, but at the same time, the changes were pretty negligible. In this instance, God, that sounded bad. It's pretty obvious that NPCs were nerfed. While I don't think Mike was exactly combating normal inflation, he's combating the pay to win people. Honestly, good move on his part so you can milk more money out of the dummies that want to spend. Okay, you know what? We're moving on. That was a hot take. That was a hot take. Oh man, I didn't read this before going on stream. All right, I'm just gonna go through it. Should I go through it?
Yeah, don't hide it.
Just
Spicy. I'm ready for the spicy portion of the stream.
Honestly, you can move on his part so he can milk more money out of the dummies that want to spend money grinding insane amounts to level. Just to say, Dark realized that they were a dummy too, and they regret it. Like, I don't know if you realize it, but it's not Mike's fault they chose to spend money and grind. Now, I did see that bounties were affected by this, and that's unfortunate. They're no longer 10 mil and now 500k. But that's generated bounties, to my knowledge. It's not manual bounties. Like, that's a huge leap, especially for guildies who were very bounty focused. But the bounty system was pretty cracked until now, and I really think this was a good way to solve it. Also, compensating with the 2x quick sell didn't ease the blow much, but I think overall it's a good improvement. I quick sell very regularly, so yeah.
A lot of people
I like this. Toasty motherfucker. Yeah, I know. I tripped up. I'm sorry. Let's continue. As for all the people getting mad over it, keep in mind they're salty man
Keep going. Keep going.
Man children whose lives revolves around this game. Let's not listen to them since they're a clear minority here. This game is an investment, and it can be good or bad depending on how you play it. But usually it's a bad investment because you'll never get a good return. That's why games like these, it's better to go free to play. And yeah, I'm a hypocrite because I was pretty pay to win, but I've learned to not be that way anymore. Games in general are better free to play because in the end it's a game. Dude, is this a reformed pay to win PvPer in the Couch Cat community? That's pretty insane. Crazy Fi, do you have this open, by the way, like this Discord? Can you read TOs? Because I need water.
Struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Tio from Paris, Iowa. Tio says, this is an update that doesn't really concern me. However, from what I've seen with people I had the privilege to talk with, once past level 50k, there's no game anymore. Well, there is. It's just a gold cap. But yeah, there's no point in leveling past 50k. Some people say they won't have enough gold. Others say they won't be able to spend the gold in BA and have way too much gold in the end. It's weird, but I can understand the complaints. The price of items has doubled for quick sell, so it's good. The auto bounty nerf is sad, but understandable. Good update, not for everyone, but I'll just give it some time and people will simply get used to it, like every single update in this game.
Okay. And Loc-Ness, do you have this open?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to read your
my
take?
own thing?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So right now, at least being over level 50k, I find that I want more EXP over gold. I'm not out there trying to buy best in slot being PvE, so it's not that bad. And I can see where PvPers who need better equipment would be mad. Most of my gold comes from completing quests, and then I occasionally sell event items. I don't know what people could possibly try to afford that NPCs capping at 100k gold affect badly. And why are you reacting right now?
Keep it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can I say something on that? If you're
No.
Locke makes a really good point. Fine then. About best in slot gear and everything. I don't know if Ubi's still here, but we had a conversation earlier, and I think it was Ubi that had said gear almost kind of like becomes, I don't remember the word that Ubi used. Gear kind of like level caps even before 50k. If you're, again, like Locke said, if you're PvE, you're not really looking for best in slot gear. You're using whatever because your raw stats outweigh anything anyways. And again, if you're, like Locke said, PvPing, sure, you're looking for crit and everything, but you're going to have to pay out of pocket for that crit anyways because crit's stupid expensive regardless. So, I mean, if anything, the hard cap of this game has been 20, 30, 40, 50,000 forever. It's just, at this point, you're just leveling not for NPC gold, like, again, like Locke said, you're leveling for EXP or for more levels to put into your stats to PvP more. So I don't think the big deal is. I don't.
Well, we'll find out eventually because we're going to continue. All right. So the next take was from Bleep, and they state, in make take, I'm going to read these typos. In make take, I reckon Mike should implement an idle gold generator for 50k plus players to compensate for the gold reduction. I doubt the double sale of quick sell has any good impact, but it does in a significant way. It's like a backhanded compliment. Could also implement gold potion now or gold worship in temple for gold boost, perhaps? Question mark.
Ooh.
People will just grind till level 50k and just chill. Then there's no impactful gold income from there on, unless y'all are like Dill, who can knight. What was it? 2k QP? Can't remember. It's something like that. It's freaking insane. Also, as for bounties, since that's what people are having fun about, but maybe fun with, I don't think it was necessary to cap bounty. I don't know. I don't really do bounties. That's just my take. Okay. Hope this will be on tomorrow's stream because I can't be on it since I got classes. Just watching the VODs for every Tuesday stream. Shout out to you, Bleep. Painful to read, but good take.
That's a problem, Bleep, not you.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Ubi's got a good point here. Wait, did that player ask for more gold to stop the gold inflation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a response from TO in this form, and TO says, I'm all for a gold worship. Auto bounties were capped because it was free money sent into the game. 10 mil auto bounties were a mistake. The SimpleMMO economy was taking a big hit already, so imagine receiving free 10 mil gold. Manual bounties are not capped if I remember correctly. And yeah, there's still a point to get past level 50k. It's called PvP. Only thing changing is the gold cap if I'm not mistaken. And then Crazyfy, you covered that Lane's response to the more gold to gold inflation. Oh wait, no, that was someone else. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
So Lane here says, for the gold update, I'm not really a fan, even though I'm only level 20k. One of the things I liked about SimpleMMO was the infinite sense of progression. So this kind of devalues the whole game for me. I'd rather Mike lower the multiplier than capping it to 100k. And I asked for elaboration because I couldn't comprehend how gold cap stunts infinite progression or just progression in general, because there's many things in this game that you can progress in. So it's like I just couldn't comprehend it. Go, sure. What were you want to say, Owlic?
Maybe I should wait. The only thing I can think of is just that it's not infinite. You know what I mean? Like it's not like infinite. It's capped. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can think of that they're saying is that it's like a capped thing versus like everything else being not capped. But still, what you're saying is viable. It's not. It's just a little bit less gold. Just kill a couple more NPCs. Boom. It's fine. But anyways, continue.
Okay. Card. I know I slipped earlier.
Don't worry.
Card says Lane is addicted to MMOs, dude. But yeah, the 100k gold cap is kind of mean, but necessary. So Lane elaborated, which shout out to you, Lane. Thank you. Lane says, apologize in advance if they don't make sense. I like MMOs because you can work towards a goal, and the more you do an activity, the more reward EXP growth you get. But eventually you hit a cap, level 99 in original RuneScape. Correct. Going beyond that, then man, that's a blast too. Going beyond that is usually fairly pointless, and at the very least, you're no longer progressing in the same way. SimpleMMO is unique because there are no level caps and there were no gold caps. I feel like that's such a unique selling point of the game because nothing else has that kind of infinite sense of progression I mentioned. Even though the grind is ridiculous, I was looking forward to achieving 50k, 75k, 100k, and beyond. And the benefits, gold, that comes with it, but because of the gold cap, all that is pointless unless you do PvP. Essentially, the level grind will end at 50k because gold caps at 50k. That's just their statement, right? Which is no different to how other games cap level / skills. So why should I play SimpleMMO over other games, as it no longer has the unique selling point of infinite progression? Also, I think this negatively affects free-to-play guilds because it will be harder for leaders to fund the guilds. And that's their statement. Again, I can't really see how the game ends at 50k. I can understand that gold capping beyond a certain point will change how you play, how you prioritize, how you make money. I don't think it ends anything. And also, funding guilds has been its own problem for a long time, and definitely needs to be addressed. We're all in line with that. It's insane. We've had guild leaders like Alucard come on. We've had guilds leaders like Limits, King Cows, everyone under the sun come on, and they all say the same thing. It's punishing to run a guild. Will this make it harder? Potentially, but that was the thing that needs to get fixed on its own anyway. Yeah, but thank you, Lane, again. And then we had the final post in this form, and then also a shout out to Kin's suggestion. We can go over that too if you want, Crazy Fi.
I like that a lot.
Okay, yeah. So Dagon, he states, from what I've noticed, only NPC gold has been capped. Doesn't step gold still scale with you? Seems like you can still be a high level and step for a bunch of gold, even if the NPCs you fight along the way aren't as valuable anymore. They still give you XP, more since the update, which helps you level up and get more money from stepping. If there is a step gold nerf, they can riot all they want, but I'm only 36k, so maybe I'm just not grasping exactly how much gold income they're losing. But they still have more gold than anyone else and the ability to make more gold than others by doing the basic activity of the game, which really hits the point of the change on the head. And in the way he says it, through the basic function of the game, making more gold and will have more gold than other players in the game, it was never meant to be that way. So again, I'm asking you, like, be grateful what you got away with for so long. And, look back, you came a Titan, you got all that gold. It's just not meant to be. It just doesn't make sense for it to remain that way.
Kin posted that video a couple days ago, or a week ago, of him stepping in general chat in the Discord, and he was making like $1 million or $2 million per step.
Yeah, that's just not sustainable. And we learned because guess what happened? It came crashing down on our faces when the change took effect. Not our faces, because we're not, I didn't buy myself to that level, but so that's the forum post. It's available on our Discord server if you want to read more into it. Thanks to everyone who provided feedback, and thanks to Hunt King for even posting that.
Wait, Fred, you have to be trolling.
stepping gold really isn't much. I don't know,
Before
man.
that too, why do you think Everwinter was a go-to place for stepping? You have to be trolling.
I went because of the EXP.
Yeah, it's
You
the
level
XP and for raids and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be trolling, Fred.
I think I fell for that troll.
I'm maybe they're not. I mean, it is Fred. I love you, Fred, but it is Fred. But you've got to be trolling.
All right.
Like Mike said, it's not. It wasn't intended to be like that. So, but we'll see. I'm excited to see what Mike does say in a week. I hope he does say something, even if he comes out and says it's gonna stay. I'm excited to see what he says.
I want to see the numbers. I know Crazy Fi.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll post it for us. That would be cool. You know, to let us see that at least that kind of data or something, some kind of insight. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll work with him to see. Because
There's some
Crazy
pretty
Fi loves
graphs up
data.
on the
Yeah, I
screen,
know you
and
like data and stuff crazy. That would be cool if he let you guys like do something.
That would be freaking amazing. Mike, if
It
you're
would.
listening to this right now, please DM me.
I told him to
Friend.
be here. He ain't here, but
My top 5 friend, please.
All right.
Um,
So
Anyway, yeah.
let's circle back to what Crazy Fi really wanted to talk about here, and that's just the community,
Spice.
the upfront, in your face, community sentiment. Initially, when the update launched, Crazy Fi. What are some of your reactions? I know you kind of trolled a little bit on Twitter, and you got a little taste from No Chain over there. But what are you thinking right about now?
Okay, yes, spicy time. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been very patient, so bear with me. First and foremost, right? This update targeted such a small percentage of players in the game. It's ridiculous, right? Okay, so let's do some math real first. 164 players, above 40,000 based off of what Mike has just said. Let's just assume for this purpose, like I talked about earlier, they're all active. All 164 are active at some time, assuming because they're that high level, they play daily, right? Let's just assume that. All active, they play daily because they're such a high level. They're either investing a lot of time in the game or they're invested a lot of money in the game and they want to keep, investing.
Or both.
Or both. Now, I know Mike has said that there are over 1 million downloads in the app stores for Android alone, I think. That was what one of his blog posts were. But I'm going to actually just focus on the stats that are in the game right now that you could see in the town hall. Okay, so registered players, there's 972,915 players. That is 0.0000168% of the population that's affected of all registered players in the game with this update. Now, obviously, there aren't almost 1 million active players in this game. That's absurd. Like, that would be insane. I would love to see that, but I don't think the servers could handle that. 7 days of activity, there are 11,699. I just pulled these stats today, right? That's, again, out of the 7-day player base, that is 0.014% of the player population that's affected by this update. Now, looking at a 24-hour player base, because we're assuming that they're active every day, that's still, there's 5,362 per day. There's still 0.0305% of the player base affected by this update. That's less than 1%. And you have these individuals that threw a tantrum and acted like a child and went after
it's gonna hurt.
the developer, right? Like, it is one thing to say, hey, I think this update is shit. What you've done, Mike, is I disagree with, and here's why it's trash. I don't like this update. Or, hey, I think this game is now shit. That's one thing, right? Cool, I could get behind that. That is your right to say that. Like, I'll go for it, have fun, call it what you want. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But going after Mike for just making a freaking update in a game, again, it's not like he's going around beating his girlfriend if he had one.
Dude, why do you always reach for that?
Hey,
Oh,
look,
my goodness.
like that was a simple one, right? Like everyone,
God.
we talk about this in music, the music sphere
simple
all the
one,
time,
yeah.
right? Like, can you disassociate the person with their product, right? Can you hate Chris Brown's music because he's a shitty person? Yes, you can, right? However, Mike's not a shitty person. He's not shown that. You just disagree with how he's done things. So be it. That's okay to disagree. But to call him a piece of shit, tell him to fuck you, whatever, what he talked about, like bordering on a death threat, you're a child for that. And
Could've
you
said
don't
Blizzard,
deserve to
dude.
be in this community.
Could've just
I got
compared to
heated
Blizzard.
seeing this. This is the first time I've ever gotten heated over someone in SimpleMMO, right?
I know you're going off.
I'm ready to go. I've been holding it.
I mean,
And the best thing is, Crazy Fi stays offline for long periods of time, so he won't deal with this. It'll be me.
Everyone who's got a problem with what I gotta say, hey, I don't care. You could DM me. Let's have a chat. Regardless, at the end of the day, this is Mike's job. This is how he sustains his living. So it's not like he doesn't give a shit about the game. He clearly does, because he wants to continue to live in a house that he just moved in, right? Like, and wants to eat. Every basic person wants to eat and, be under a roof. Yes, I had a Celsius this morning and a Bang. But regardless, I was really tired. I was ready for this stream though. Regardless, to all the people who okay, I want to bring up No Chen's comments one.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you didn't go on Twitter, check it out. I posted a picture of a whale crying and saying, I can't believe, this update caused grown men to act like children. I'm not targeting the people who have disagreement about the update. I think you have a right to say that. I'm talking about the people who called Mike a piece of shit or told him to fuck off or whatever that is, right? You're a child. I will say this over and over again. He said, you shouldn't take it down. Actually, I'll pull up what his comment was real fast, so I'm not butchering it, to be fair to him. And because I'll finish up with his comments, because it's unbelievable to me that people feel this way. Yeah, he said, actually, I could share the screen. Let's do that. Let's do this one more time. Can you drag it over, Paisen?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. That's what we're, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Aww.
this is what I
Aw,
posted on
cool.
Twitter. I stand by it. Truly did not expect SimpleMMO's most recent update would cause grown men to act like children, and you had whales crying. Notrin said, perhaps you would feel different if you had spent as much time or real-world currency as they had, only for it to be turned valueless by the whims of a dev with immense excessive pride. And I responded back, I think you're missing my point. There's nothing wrong with saying an update is bad for the game. However, that doesn't give an individual the right to tell the dev that he's a piece of shit. Nothing wrong with saying the game is shit. Everything wrong with saying the dev is. His response, it blows my mind because I think he's not alone in this, right? Sorry, No Chen, I'm calling you out, but you know what? Fuck it. He said, can you separate the work from its creator when said creator hasn't changed? Yes, you can when he's not a piece of shit. People have been patient for many past changes, accepting and sucking them up. Yeah, it's a game. This one, though, voids months, even years of grinding and spinning. Only deluded would accept that laying down. That last line, anyone
Bro,
who
he's
shares
a
the same
patriot, dude.
sentiment-
He's a
Anyone-
freaking patriot.
Anyone who shares that same sentiment needs to get out of their goddamn house and touch grass for 1 second. It's a goddamn video game. And if anyone, and I'll end my rant right here to give time to everyone else, but anyone still shares that sentiment and still wants to call Mike a piece of shit or whatever, I have 2 words for you. Cry more.
Oh my god, dude. All right,
Bam.
so let me follow this up real quick, okay? Let me do some damage control here. I agree with. I'm just gonna say this. I agree with Crazy Fi 100%. The fact of the matter is that Mike doesn't generally owe you anything. Devs don't generally owe you anything. He's doing his best to listen to the community and make changes. I said this in Discord. If you are a truly fan of this game, then you'll take that sacrifice. You'll take that hit and know that he's trying to change the game for the better and increase the longevity of this browser-based MMO game that has turned into a main MMO for some people, which is incredible. That being said, if you're sad about this and it hurts you, that's valid. That is valid to feel that way. And I said it in the beginning, I'll say it now. Reflect on what you were able to accomplish with the state of the game before this update. But know that when you're upset and you're being ultra aggressive in your defense over it, you're talking over people, I wouldn't say harassing, but you're going after people in global and Discord, you're calling people stupid because they don't agree with you, no one's going to like your cause. Like, get bent. That's what's going to happen. And it just blows my mind that, you know, the same argument over and over, all my time put into it. Yeah, I feel bad for you. That sucks, especially if you aim to be the top. But again, the way you play the game is not the way everyone's going to play the game, nor is it the way they should play the game, right? You have to take that into account. You took that upon yourself to put the money into the game and your personal hours, which I applaud you for that. But you did that on your own. So you just got to like take it on the chin. Like, it sucks, it hurts. You're going to find another way to maintain your lifestyle in the game. And again, no one's stupid because they don't agree with you. And I'm tired of hearing my money, my time. Do you hear that? Say that out loud. My money, my time. You're not saying, and all these people are saying their money, their time. Yeah, that selective group, that's not the community. That the vocal majority that was angry does not reflect the larger SimpleMMO community, doesn't reflect CouchCat at all. And if you're our homies, you freaking know that, because all of our homies fucking hate that shit. Demonetized. And I'm just, you know, we're not here to, Mike doesn't pay us, okay? He doesn't pay us. We're partners. We're partners in name. We're here to continually grow off each other. We're not here to shill for him, but we know what's wrong. We see it, and that's just it's not correct. It's not the correct way to go about handling this change. And again, it's a game. I mean, think long and hard. WoW, the player market fucking tanked. All right. And that's people who paid a subscription. That's $20 a month. And it eventually came back, but it had to happen. New World, brand new MMO, $40, $50, and the market was dead in 2 days. Yeah. Think about that for a second. That sucks. Okay? That's awful. Because you buy in to play that. But again, reflect on what you're able to accomplish up until this point. But we're not here to be your like punching bag for your emotional fragility or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. But anyway, Owlic, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's fair for you to feel upset and to feel hurt or whatever emotion you feel and everything. And like both Crazy and Paisen just said, it's fair to say, man, fuck this update, I hate it. But it's not fair to attack the person or the people behind it or whatever. It can form some kind of constructive criticism and take that to the mods, the advisors, the developer, whatever you got to do. And I will say, I don't know if you guys want to touch on it. Where was it? Chul also said that goes both ways. Don't go after the high levels just because a small group has spoken out against the update. That's true as well. Don't go after the high levels. It's not their fault. It's not anybody else's fault. They're just playing the game. If they spent money or whatever, that was their choice. It's the update had to happen eventually. So just don't be toxic about it. Keep it to yourself. If you want to be toxic about it, go write an email to yourself or something and pretend. I don't know. Because some people have to type out and get that aggression out. So if you have to get that aggression out, get it out. But it's not right to attack the game, because I think Mike said something. It was in the statement or in general chat in Discord. Paraphrasing along the lines of, I'm ashamed to be spearheading this project. It's like, you don't want our dev to feel like that. Because again, you don't want them to be like, you know what, screw this. The community is making me feel like poop. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, buy my fitness app instead.
Yeah, go to Fitburner. Or Fit Igniter or whatever it is.
Yeah, that one.
But yeah, it's people should calm down. Maybe next update, Mike should just like lock down the Discord for 24 hours.
I don't know. I would never say censorship, but definitely if people are like out of line and are claiming, you know, like they went it hard, okay? And then literally today they're saying, but we were in the crosshairs, we're innocent. You're fucking delusional.
Mm-hmm. Oh, delusional. Yeah, and that's another thing.
Kasua, Axie, delusional.
Yeah, don't attack the mods for one. There were
Literally everyone says troll. Yeah, you
I
and your friend group.
I think it was I don't remember who they were talking about, if it was a specific mod or groups of mod. It's not the mod's fault either. They're just figureheads, or they're just people to help us, guide us along the way. They're no, at the end of the day, kind of sort of no different than us. They're not making the game. They're just maybe advising or helping Mike on some things. It's not the mod's fault. So yeah, definitely don't be toxic towards them.
I mean, people will learn like all hands are off, or there's no line that you can't cross when you're angry, apparently,
Right.
on the internet. I don't know. Yeah. Loc-Ness, someone's calling you. Oh wait, Alec, are you the one with the landline?
Not me.
Okay, it's Alec. So Loc-Ness, do you have any response to what went down? Anything at all? I know TPC is kind of like shielded, like don't really.
Hey, honestly, I
PvE
didn't
and-
see any of it. Like, I wasn't even in the the Simple MMO Discord for a while, so I didn't see any of it. People are reflecting on it. I'm just like, it's not me. I don't care. So I think it's just we're seeing few examples of this bell curve. Like, most of us are in the middle where we don't really care either way. So I'm just gonna leave it be. People can say whatever, and
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep stepping. I've been stepping this whole time. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I don't like stepping, but I like questing. I like questing. I'm trying to be like Dill, dude. Dill's like my hero. Not my hero, but he's like who
He's
I
a
want to
bad
be.
hero.
I just want to be like a AFK gamer. Because that's another thing where people are like, yeah, but what about QP farmers? And it's like, you're right, and they're next, but you got to exploit it while you can, just like you exploited gold.
If they're next again, they're gonna be pissed.
Dude, QP's next, and then we're going to have this all over again.
QP was worse, though. I will say QP definitely made the economy worse than NPC gold. I will say that.
All right, hold on, real quick. So next, calling me out for saying specific names. I already had beef with these players, literally for everyone to see in our own Discord. So I'll call it out. Like, this wasn't in a DM. This wasn't throwing shade at me so no one else could judge them for what they were saying. Like, Caswell came at me hot, and I put him in the ground. Like, it's that simple. I saw what Axie was saying. I'm gonna put him in the ground, too. I love the dude, but he is like simping so hard for you whales. It's just unreal. In Troll, yeah, that's it. And next, whatever. I don't like, you're acting like you're acting like it's not happening, and then when you're getting called out for it or you're getting put up for it, it's bad. Like, yeah, we're not going to sit here and say we can fight all day, we can fight all night. It's just, it happened. We're not going to let it roll or let it slide, and that's that. For the whales who are just generalized and lumped into this group of complaining, yeah, I feel sorry for you guys. That sucks. But just know that you have a vocal majority that's affecting your image. So who do you want to be friends with? I don't know. But that's the update. And again, this is not the end. Mike's going to look at numbers. We're going to see the light. And if you're still into this game and not playing Cyber Cucumber Online, maybe you'll like be like, damn, you know what, this was worth it. Just like the financial market now, where maybe there's a recession, but you know, in a couple of years, your Roth will still be looking pretty good. You just gotta hold on and not make stupid changes, and don't buy crypto. But yeah, that's the update. That's 12.6. Crazy Fi, do you have any closing thoughts before you blow up on No Chan again? You know, that's not the first time No Chan has talked shit about us, so it felt pretty good.
I will say this: I think everyone who did name calling or, you know, borderline death threat to Mike, I think just instant ban from the community, instant ban from the game, the official Discord, all that. Like, get them out of here. They don't. This community is wholesome, right? Like, it's one thing to be like, yeah, I love this community, it's wholesome, and then, you know, just fucking blow up over some shit. Like, that's an update, and personally attack someone in a disgusting manner. Then yeah, I immediately ban. Like, I don't think you should be a part of this community. I enjoy this community. I do. And I think we should do our best to make sure there aren't any toxic people in it.
Okay. Alec, do you have anything to say before we get on out of here?
No, I don't want to just kind of keep repeating the same thing we've been saying, but to close, like you said, it's not the end of the game by any means. It's not the last update. Life will go on. Simple MMO will go on, and I think it's only going to get better. I mean, if you're that scared and upset, just look back at the roadmap. Look at what all the cool stuff to come. So I think it'll only get better. And let's all be cool with each other. I mean, it's just a game at the end of the day. It's not that serious. I mean, if you put money into it, sure, but it's not that serious. That's your fault, no one else's.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say that's your fault. It's just you did it to enjoy the game. Just look back on that.
Yeah.
Focus on the enjoyment you got out of the gold exploit. And I'm calling it an exploit, just like Cheese was.
Yeah.
Look back at the fun and what you were able to achieve with what you got away with.
Because I had people coming to me yesterday saying that people were coming in their DMs and attacking them and getting so mad, like, oh, all this time I spent is gone. And it's not. The journey along the way, all the friends you made, all the items you got, or the avatars you got, or the maybe items and stuff you made, the like giveaways you won, or the events you were a part of, you're just going to throw all that away because you got 800,000 less gold per step? That's lame. And I'm sorry, like Dark said, you are a man-child. Like, that's dumb. Like, it's not about the gold. The end game is the journey you've had along the way.
Dude, oh my god, I knew you were going to say it. I was going to say, what about all the friends, dude? What about all the friends? Why we worry about gold in a dating simulator, guys?
Exactly.
Ask yourself that.
Yeah, it's literally, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember.
No more. Loc-Ness, it's your turn. Any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Gross, Poopy.
No, not really. Just everyone just play the game, be chill.
Right?
I don't know.
Be chill, TPC 2023 coming in hot. Yeah, be chill. That's what Loc-Ness says. And Loc-Ness is one of our longest long time running friendships in the game. So I'll believe you, Loc-Ness. Be chill.
Don't they have somebody like smell my feet or something? They're weird over there.
Yeah, TPC has a lot of weird named people.
Yeah.
Was it PP Poo Poo? Anyway, that's not for us to answer.
It was like ED Mega Doodoo.
Enough. Let's not make fun of the PVers, okay?
Love you, King.
Yeah, but again, that is 12.6. Thank you for participating and hanging out with us tonight. I know it's like ripping the band-aid off. I know a lot of you are still feeling fresh about it. And no, I'm not interested in going to Beyblade. I know how much shit you talk about us, and I'm just not entertaining it. I don't have the headspace for it, Chul. I'll see you in global chat. And yeah, thank you for participating. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed Mike's statement. Again, it's going to be cut and put in its own video, so you can just re-listen. Whatever. Maybe we'll put it as a blog post too. It's a really good statement. But yeah, I'm Paisen. That's Crazyfy. Owlic, Loc-Ness, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And Loc-Ness, thank you for being your rocky first episode, I guess, even though you were pretty neutral. I mean, I liked it. Again, it was a good time. And if you enjoyed the stream tonight, please leave a like on the video. I know some of you won't. I know some of you will probably downvote now. I get it. We can all disagree. We're not meant to agree on everything. And good luck to everyone out there. And we'll see you in the next update for sure. We'll see you in global. We'll see you in our Discord server, unless we ban you. Subscribe if you're new here, and head on over to couchcatpod.com for more SimpleMMO news. Peace out, everyone.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
There's going to be an intro, I swear.